Hello, welcome to the Galactic Collaboration Summit and welcome to my session. My name is Agnes Molnar and today I'm going to talk about no-code search applications in SharePoint Online. I work as the founder and managing consultant at Search Explained, and basically this is what we do. We explain how search works in SharePoint and Office 365. We provide training and consulting services around the world. I do workshops for our clients and also public workshops where you can sign up for. Usually we do that on site, but of course these days we do everything online. So we do online search trainings, we do online search courses, online search workshops these days. We do consulting and also search implementation for our clients around the globe. I have started to work with SharePoint in the first version in 2001 and started to work with search a couple of years later. So it's been a long relationship between me and SharePoint. And I have been a 12 years Microsoft MVP for SharePoint and Office 365. Today, the focus is going to be on how to add customizations to search in SharePoint Online. But to be able to do that, first let me show you what options we have out of the box, what are the limitations there, and how to overcome those limitations. So first of all, yes, we still have the classic search, which means if you know search in SharePoint 2013, if you know search in SharePoint 2016 on-prem, the classic search in SharePoint Online is the same. We have the same user interface, we have almost the same customization and configuration options. You can create custom refiners, you can create custom display templates, you can create custom verticals. So if you need a custom search application, this used to be a good way to go. However, Microsoft has not invested into classic search for over 6 years now. Nothing. No improvements, no enhancements. What you can see in classic search today is the very same as it was 6 years ago. So no improvements, no enhancements at all. However, since this was the only way to customize search in SharePoint Online, many organizations invested into classic search a lot. So it is still a thing. It is still something that many organizations do. However, this is not the future and it is not the focus of this session today. To talk about the modern options for search in SharePoint Online, let me show you what we have out of the box first. So you can see this is my tenant and I have a site for events where I store all the presentations or the conference background documents. So it has my presentations for the last 12, 13 or even more years. And if I do a search here, for example, for metadata, I get the results on the out-of-the-box Microsoft Search result page. And you can see I have a couple of verticals here, all files, sites, and news. I have filters, which are out-of-the-box, last modified time filters. I can expand the results. I can even take a look into the file so I can see if this is really the one that I need now or not without opening the file. So this is quite powerful. It's also important to know that the results here are personalized based on the Microsoft Graph, based on my recent activities, my relationship to other people. So if you log into the same tenant and even if you have the same permissions, you might see the results in different order based on your activities in the Microsoft Graph. Everything is security trimmed, of course, as always in search, so you can only see what you have permissions to. Anyway, so this is personalized. The other thing to know is this is context sensitive. I am on this event site now and I am seeing the results from this event site only. If I go to other site, I get the results from that site only. If I go to SharePoint Home, I get the results from the whole SharePoint environment. If I go to a hub site, I get the results from that hub site. So this is context sensitive. And also, this is the consolidated user experience, not only in SharePoint Online, but across Microsoft 365. So for example, if I switch to Microsoft Teams and I do a search for metadata here, you can see that I have messages and files and also people here, although I don't have any person containing metadata in their title or skills or recent activities, but I can see the files, for example, and I can see the messages, and the search box is the same on the top suite bar in Microsoft Teams. Also, I can see the very same search box in the Office client applications. So this is my presentation, which I am presenting right now for you, and this is Microsoft PowerPoint. If I do the same search here, then you can see I get suggested results here. I can get results from the internet. I can find inside this document, and also I can get more results for metadata. If I click here, this search bar is being displayed on the right side, and you can see my files here. So if I click on see more files, those are basically the files that are stored on our tenant, and those are the files that are suggested to me if I do a search for metadata. And I can use those files right here in context in PowerPoint. I can reuse the slides, I can reuse the diagrams from those files. So it's a kind of useful. So you don't have to leave the application, you don't have to leave the context. You can work where you are. And also, if I switch to Bing, you can see I am logged in to Bing with my account. I do a search for the same thing here, and I can see a new vertical here called Work. If I switch to Work, I can see the results from my tenant. And basically this is Microsoft Search in Bing. This is the new layout for Microsoft Search. So I can filter for files, I can filter for sites only, I can filter for people, for groups here. So basically you name it, you can get different types of results right inside Bing from your tenant. Once again, you have to be logged in for this. It's all secure and it's all security trimmed, meaning you can see only the results which you have permissions to. Okay, so this is Microsoft Search. This is out of the box. This is consolidated and unified across all those applications. You can use the same in OneDrive, you can use the same in Microsoft Teams, in Stream, wherever you are in Microsoft 365, you have the same search box on the top suite bar, and then you can see this consolidated user experience. However, this cannot be customized. You cannot change the results being displayed here. You cannot create custom verticals. You cannot create custom filters. You cannot define how those results should be displayed. So if you want to see, for example, the client name for your documents or the project ID or invoice ID, no way to do that. Or you cannot filter for the clients, the products, the services, nothing. So far we have two options: classic search, which can be customized, but it's old style, classic, legacy, and the Microsoft Search, which is modern, which fits into SharePoint's modern user interface, but it cannot be customized. Let me show you the third option. So if I switch to search here, you can see I have a custom page. I'm going to show you how to create this one in just a couple of minutes, but first I would like to show you the functionality. So I do a search here for metadata, and you can see I've got a little bit more than 400 results here. I have PowerPoint files, a couple of PDFs here, and I can use filters, and those filters are custom filters, right? So based on my metadata, I have this location filter, I have this event name here. As I said, I'm storing my presentations on this site, so this is why I have those three custom metadata: the year of the event, the location of the event, and also the name of the event. How to do this? It is called the PnP Modern Search library, which I'm going to show you in just a minute. Basically, it is a PnP library you can download from GitHub, so it is not out of the box. But after deploying that package to the App Store in your tenant, then you will be able to build custom search pages like this one, or even better and with more functionality. I'm going to show you how to do that in just a minute. But before that, let me summarize what we have seen so far. So we have three options for search in SharePoint Online: Classic Search, Microsoft Search, and the PnP Modern Search. The Classic Search can be added to SharePoint Online pages, and you can create classic search pages, classic search sites, or classic search centers with the Classic Search option. The Microsoft Search can be found across and in each application in Microsoft 365, not only in SharePoint, but also OneDrive, Teams, Stream, Bing, and also in the client applications. And the PnP Modern Search solution can be added to SharePoint Online pages again. So the PnP Modern Search library is basically a collection of search web parts. Next, it's important to know that the Classic Search and Microsoft Search are out of the box. You don't have to do anything. They are there. You can use them. However, the PnP Modern Search library has to be deployed from the PnP library to your tenant. So you have to do this exercise manually first, and then you will be able to use the PnP web parts only afterwards. The Classic Search can be customized, and also the PnP Modern Search web parts can be customized. So those are the two options if you need custom search pages or custom search applications in SharePoint Online. However, the Microsoft Search cannot be customized today. As I said, no customization, no custom verticals in the out-of-the-box Microsoft Search today. However, this is often a very strong requirement. The Classic Search is legacy. It has the old user interface and it's not modern at all, while the Microsoft Search and the PnP Modern Search library are modern and fit into the SharePoint Online modern user experience. For Classic Search, we have no more updates at all. So as I said, Microsoft has not changed it, has not improved it at all in the last 6+ years, and no more updates anymore. The Microsoft Search is updated on a regular basis. If you use it, you can find new features, new functionalities once in a while, and the users can see those improvements out of the box. And the PnP Modern Search library is updated regularly as well. You can update the PnP package on your tenant as well, and then you can enjoy the new features or the new functionalities of PnP Modern Search library. And this is also can be good or bad depending on your environment and depending on the culture of your organization. But for Microsoft Search, you don't have to do anything. It is out of the box and it is updated by Microsoft. So your users will get the updates automatically in SharePoint Online. However, for PnP Modern Search, if you need an update or if you need something that can be found in a new updated package, you have to do the update manually. If you don't do that, you will keep using the package that you have deployed to your tenant. And as I said, it can be either good or bad depending on your requirements. And after this introduction, let me show you how to create a PnP page and how to add those web parts and how to work with them. So basically we are going to build up something similar to this one, but in a new page. So first let me create a new page. Let me choose the blank template. I don't need any fancy now. And it should be as simple as possible. And that's it. I have my page ready. I can add my web parts. I don't need comments either. So what kind of web part we need when we want to create a search page? First of all, we need a search box and we need search results web part. So as I said, the PnP Modern Search library is already deployed to this tenant, so those web parts can be already found here. So if I do a search for search here, I can see 6 web parts. Out of the box, you will see 0, no search web parts here. If you deploy PnP Modern Search library, you will get those 6 web parts. So search for search in the web part gallery, and first I need the search box, and second I need the search results. There you go. I have my 2 web parts. Let's see what kind of options I have. I want it to work, of course. So first let me see the settings for the search box. I'm not going to use a dynamic data source for now, but I'm going to show it to you in just a few minutes. I can enable query suggestions. I can send a query to a new page. I'm not going to use it now, but just think about it. If you add this search box anywhere on any SharePoint Online pages, you can redirect the search to this page later. So don't forget, you can do that. But I'm not going to change anything here. And the search results web part has much more settings, of course. So first of all, I could enter a default query. Remember, it could be embedded to any page, even without a search box. So I can display search-driven content by using the search results web part. So for example, if I go here, you can see the most recent documents. This is a search results web part. I'm not going to use a default query here, but I have to connect it to the search box so that my search result set receives the query from the search box. Let me do that. I have to click on this ellipsis and connect to source. The source would be a search box and the search query from that box, and I'm going to use the raw user search query, but if you like, you can use NLP services to enhance the query in advanced search solutions. For now, let me use these default settings. So now my search results web part is connected to the search box. On the next screen, you have to define the query template. In the query template, we can limit the results to a specific set of results. So let me do this for now. I would like to display the results from this site only. Therefore, I'm going to add a filter for the path manage property. And also, I would like to filter for PowerPoint presentations. So file extension PPTX. Okay, so those two, which I am using here, the path and the file extension, are managed properties, which I can query for. And I'm going to use that one. If you use custom result sources, you can add the result source ID here. If you leave it empty, as I'm doing it right now, then the default result source will be used. You can also define the sort order and add sortable fields here. For example, in many cases it's useful to add last modified date here, or the author, or the title of the document if your metadata is clear enough. I don't have a search refiner's web part yet, so I'm going to leave all those settings like this. I can enable query rules. I could include the OneDrive results, which I don't want to display now. And also I can add synonyms, which I'm going to show you in just a minute. Before that, let me go to the third page of this customization for the search results web part. And you can see that there are many options for the results layout. Let me leave it on the default details list, but we are coming back here as well. Okay, let me publish this page and let's see what we have. So if I do a search for metadata, you can see that I've got almost 300 results. Everything is PowerPoint because I filtered for the file extension PPTX, and everything is from this site. Looks good. We have a new search page with the search box and search results, so let me do a couple of more things here. First of all, I would like to show you that the results can be displayed in many other ways. So if I switch to simple list, you can see that this is somewhat different. And if I click on the thumbnail, I get this hover panel like thing here, and therefore I can take a look into the file and I can see if this is what I was looking for or not without opening the file itself. Okay, so this is how you can change the layout of the results, and there is actually one more thing I wanted to show you. You can see for metadata I have 287 results now, and we had an option in the settings here which was called Synonyms, and basically I can configure synonyms to enhance the user experience a little bit. So if I add the synonym for metadata as taxonomy and I define it as a two-way synonym, that means either way, if I search for metadata or I search for taxonomy, I get the results for both. I'm going to edit now, republish the page again, do a search again, and you can see instead of 287, I have 299 results for metadata, and some documents contain the word taxonomy, and the word taxonomy is also highlighted in all of those presentations. All right. We have many more options in the search results Webpart. If you have a chance, go ahead and play with it. It's really super powerful. The other thing I would like to show you is how to add refiners. So I'm going to add the new Webpart here. I'm searching for search, and I'm going to add search filters. If I edit its properties, first of all, I have to connect it to a search results Webpart so that this refiner will send the refiner values to the search results Webpart. So let me select my search results Webpart and let me change the layout of this Webpart. The vertical layout is basically very similar to the classic refiner layout, which we usually put on the left side of the page. And the panel is the modern filter layout that is being used across Microsoft 365, and I'm going to use that one for now. There is one thing I have to do here. With connecting the search filters Webpart to the search results Webpart, I am sending the filters to that Webpart. But on the other hand, the search results Webpart also has to receive those filters from the refinement Webpart. So I have to connect it to a search refiners Webpart here. And let me select the search filters Webpart, and that's it. Now those two Webparts are connected together. So the search filter Webpart is sending the filters to the search results Webpart, and the search result is receiving the filters from the search refinement Webpart. And now if I do a search, I have the filters. It looks good. Those are my tags. I can filter by the created date. However, those are still out of the box filters. So I'm still missing something. And that missing something is again in the properties of the search refiner Webpart. I'm going to open this one and you can see the refiners here. I don't need those out of the box refiners. Instead, I need my custom metadata. And my custom metadata was the year, the location, and the name of the event. And I have prepared those metadata already, so I know that the refinable integer 01 is the year. And I'm going to use the date range for this. And the next one is refinable string 07, and 07 in my case is the name of the event, I'm going to use the default refinement template by order of results in descending order. And the third one would be the refinable string 08, which is the location. And again, I'm going to use the same settings for this one, and let me choose the order so that location will be the second and the name of the event will be the third. Let me save those settings and let's see the changes here. Let me do the same search again for metadata, and if I click on filters, I get my custom filters now. So if I filter for Orlando, my presentations from Orlando from the Live 360 and the Microsoft Ignite conferences are being displayed here. Super cool. And of course I can add custom verticals, I can add search pagination, because only a couple of results are being displayed here. So there are many more options. Actually, one more setting that I wanted to show you today. There is a very confusing thing on this page right now. And this confusing thing is I have two search boxes. I have the top suite bar search box and I have the search box on this page, right? And if I do a search on top suite bar, I am still getting the results in the out of the box way, which I don't really like. In this case, I would like to get the results here, but the end users have to come to this page. They have to enter the query to the right search box to be able to use this custom search page. So it's a kind of painful for the users. However, there is a nice option in SharePoint Online. Let me go to the site collection settings. And in the site collection administration, you can see the search settings. The default search setting here is to use the same search results page as the parent. Let me uncheck this checkbox and let me enter my GalacticSummit search page here. And let's click OK. Let me go back to the home and let's do a search again. Okay, it's getting better. I did a search on the top suite bar and I am redirected to my custom page. Very cool. However, there is one more thing missing, which is the results are not being displayed. Why? Because the results at Webpart receives the query from this search box, but in this case, this search box is empty. So I can do two things. Number one, I can remove my custom search box and set the search results Webpart to receive the queries from the top suite search box, or I can set my custom search box to receive the query from the top suite search box. Let me do this second option. So I'm editing the page again. Let's go to the settings of this one, and now I'm going to use a dynamic data source, and this dynamic data source is a page environment, a query string, query parameter from the URL, and the Q query parameter will be used. And immediately you can see that the query of my search box here is the same as the query of my search box on top. Let me republish the page and let me check my settings. So back to the home of this site, let me do a search that I haven't done yet. Let's search for search. And there you go. My results are being displayed on my custom GalacticSummit search page, which I just built up with the PnP search Webpart. And it can be customized, and you can redirect any and each site collections to one specific search center if you like. So the options are endless. You can add the search box to any of your pages. You can add the search results with a predefined query to any of your pages. So basically, it's a very nice way to create custom search centers, custom search pages, or add search-driven content to any of your pages. So basically, this is what I wanted to show you today. And you can download the PnP Modern Search packages from GitHub. You can find the URL here, and you can find the URL on my blog, and also these slides will be shared with you guys, so feel free to go there. The PnP library is free. You can download, deploy to your tenant, and enjoy. If you have any questions, then drop me a message or drop me an email. I am always happy to help. And I truly hope to see you at the Collaboration Summit in person later this year. Take care and stay safe. Bye.
Thank you for being a part of the Galactic Collaboration Summit. Join the community and meet in-person world-class Microsoft and MVP speakers this autumn in Wiesbaden, Frankfurt, Germany, with 15 full-day tutorials and over 150 Microsoft 365 and Azure sessions at the combined European Collaboration Summit and European Cloud Summit from 26 to 28 October 2020. Community rocks.